welcome back to another episode of the Swamp Road Podcast. As always, my name is Jamie Santamore. This week, I'm discussing the 1997 film Men in Black. This is a film that I loved instantly, because I love aliens, and I mean, who doesn't love a Will Smith summer blockbuster? Am I right? I should tell you all right up front that I am a firm believer that we are not alone in this galaxy or this universe. I firmly believe in aliens. Now, do I go as far as to say that I believe that there are aliens on this planet? I go back and forth on that. I think it's possible. However, I don't think it's very likely. But who knows? I mean, if you're an alien out there, feel free to comment below. Let's start off the Men in Black discussion with the characters. And, I mean, there are amazing characters from top to bottom. An amazing cast. Well-known actors have all signed on to do this picture. I love the James character, or as he's known as a member of MiB, simply Jay. Will Smith is an amazing actor, and I think he brought a lot to the role into this film. Now, Kay, on the other hand, as opposed to the Jay character, who is funny and brash and cocky and arrogant, Kay is more laid back, straight-laced, and it's funny to see them play off each other. And Kay is very funny in his dry sense of humor. Excuse me. When they get in the car for the first time, and Jay tells Kay, "We need to work on your people skills." That was brilliant. I still laugh. And I still laugh at that every time I hear it. And it's funny because I'm not sure if it was intended as funny or if it was just kind of a dry humor thing. Zed, who was played amazingly by Rip Torn, who's an amazing actor. I love the character. I like his voice. It's amazing. He just commands authority, whether he's the MiB boss or not. His presence and the way he conducts himself just demands power and respect. Linda Fiorentino, who plays the medical examiner, I think she is an amazing actress, very talented. You can see her in a lot of different projects across any genre, really. And I think she's very funny and witty with her remarks, and her progression through the story, through the movie, is very interesting to me. Edgar, who was played brilliantly by Vincent D'Onofrio. Here we are in another week, back-to-back, we're talking about a Vincent D'Onofrio film. I am a huge D'Onofrio fan. I think he's an amazing actor. And I don't think there's a role out there that he couldn't pull off. But Edgar is... he's funny. He's scary. When he becomes the bug, he's scary. But I think it was a really excellent choice for Vincent D'Onofrio to get that role. And it really shows throughout the film. Now I want to take a little bit and talk about the aliens and the special effects. I have to say my favorite alien in the movie is a toss-up between the Archelian prince, who's living in the robotic human body. I love when he tells Jay, "To prevent war, the galaxy is on Orion's," and he stops for a second and goes, "What is word?" And then Jay says, "Belt," and he's like, it was really cute. And the other alien I liked was Jack Jeebs, who was played by the amazingly talented, incredibly talented Tony Shalhoub. I actually got a chance to meet Mr. Shalhoub when he was visiting a resident at the assisted living facility I used to work at. It was just a chance meeting on the elevator. And I talked to him and told him how much I loved the movie, and he was very nice. And, he probably will never remember meeting me, but I remember meeting him. And I think that's what it is when, you meet celebrities. It's more about you meeting them than them meeting you. But it touched me, and it was really a positive experience. So thank you very much, Mr. Shalhoub, for making my day that day so many years ago. I love Jack Jeebs because he's funny, and it's an interesting character. And it's an interesting alien where his head regenerates, which I didn't expect that. Seeing all the aliens in the MiB office and going through customs was absolutely amazing. And I, to this day, will pause the movie and look around the screen to see if there's any aliens that I've missed, because there's so many cool ones in that scene. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. There are many things that I could talk about. I could talk about this movie for a very long time, but I'm also trying to cut these shows down to the shortest possible. So I'm trying not to ramble too much. How am I doing? This is another one of those movies where it was hard for me to find 5 things I didn't like about it. But with that said, it is time for 5 things I loved about MIB and 5 things I disliked about MIB. Number 1 that I liked, or that I loved, was the aliens. I loved the designs and the colors and how they all just kind of popped off the screen. The main characters, the way they blended so well together, was a big plus for this movie. I mean, if you cast the wrong people in the wrong roles, or the right people in the wrong roles, it can kill a movie. But the casting and the characters was amazing in this film. The comedy was on point throughout the movie. I love the scene in Jack Jeep's pawn shop. That's probably my favorite scene in the whole movie. The action scenes were amazing. The car chase when they're chasing after the Bug's spaceship, or to get to the World's Fair location, I thought that was amazing. The last thing that I loved about this movie was Linda Fiorentino as the medical examiner. And her role towards the end of the film was something that I didn't really expect, but I'm glad they did it that way. Like I said a minute ago, this is the 3rd week in a row that I've had a hard time finding things that I dislike about this movie. And it's funny to me because I'm a very cynical film viewer. I can pick apart a movie while I'm watching it. But as I'm sitting here now recording this podcast, I really can't find anything that I dislike. I have, and it took me a long time to do this part, so bear with me. Here we go. I didn't like the pacing of the movie at times. I thought some of the good comedy was overshadowed by the action, and vice versa. So the pacing for me was a little off at times. Overall, it's great, but some of the things were like, wow, that really doesn't fit right there. The Bug's fate I really didn't enjoy because it was, I don't want to say it was bad. I just wish it would have been done differently. And by differently, I mean have Jay shooting the Bug, having him explode, and then have Kay come out alive after the Bug explodes. Not having him explode from the inside, from Kay shooting him from the inside. Which was still great and cool, and it was a great effect, that was amazing. I just wish they would have done it the other way, because to me it would have made more sense. The treatment of Jack Jeeves is something I did not like in this movie, and Agent K should be reprimanded and suspended without pay pending a full investigation. Not fair to Jack Jeeves. Bad Agent K. The simplicity of the location of the galaxy on the cat's collar. It was easy enough to figure out for me. Once I saw the cat and I remembered what the alien said, I'm like, oh, the galaxy's on the cat's collar. And being a cat owner, that's where I'd hide it. So it was easy for me to figure out. The last thing I didn't like is I didn't like the ending where Kay told Jay that he wasn't training a partner, he was training a replacement. It was a bit corny. While it was touching, it was corny, and really it kind of killed part of the movie for me until I saw the end where Linda Fiorentino's character became Jay's partner, which I thought was pretty cool, and I wish she would have been able to do the sequel, because that would have made a lot more sense to me. Like I said, overall, I absolutely love this movie. It's one of my favorites. I watch it probably 2 or 3 times a year. I wish I'd watched 2 more, but I watch this one more often than not. So that's all I got this week. Again, I love aliens and the subject matter in these movies. So take care, everybody. Stay safe. Make sure you wear your masks. Take care. Take all the proper steps so you're here to watch or listen to next week's show, where I will be talking about The Predator. Feel free to follow me on all socials. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so choose. It would mean a lot to me. I would appreciate it greatly. You can email me on the show directly, theswamproadpodcast@gmail.com. Take care, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode.